Hey, Dan. And yes, I feel obligated to say hello to Nikki as well. Hello, Nikki. I realize that unless I start making videos, I'm going to get elbowed out of the way by a better video friend and one who can sing. If you want to make a song with me, we can do that too. And what I'll do is I'll provide the music, a drum beat. It's really more of a metronome kind of a thing, and then you can sing to that. So anyway, I'm not envious or anything, but I just did want to show you. I know that you each have your pile of hardwood, and yeah, aren't you guys cool? Well, I have a woman in the kitchen cooking. Take that, Nikki. And a pile of cheese. Yeah, I bet you don't have one of those, do ya? No. And look, biscuits. And that cheese, yeah, it's going in there, making a potato cheese soup. So, stick that in your pipes and smoke it. Musical home remodelers. Dan, I have not watched your latest video. I just rolled in, literally, from Mankato, which is 2 hours and 15 minutes due west of Winona. For you geographic types, you get on I-90, you go north on 52 to Rochester, you hit Highway 14, you go west, and you keep going west until you get to Mankato. And the meet was held at Minnesota State University, Mankato. Now, you might ask, why isn't the University of Winona called Minnesota State University Winona? Because there's Minnesota State University Duluth, Minnesota State University Moorhead, Minnesota State University St. Cloud, but...
No, St. Cloud is St. Cloud State.
Oh, St. Cloud is St. Cloud State University. So anyway, I guess St. Cloud State and Winona State are special. So,
they fought hard.
Anyway, I officiated one of Marshall's swim meets today. It was a tri-meet, so there was 3 teams. It was 5 hours long, plus 2.25 hour drive each way. So, but I tell you, I really like to watch swimming. I don't mind officiating because at least I'm down on the pool deck. But you know, even the little kids, they're doing it. You know what I mean? They're coming off the starting blocks. They're doing flip turns, and none of them are good at it, but they're trying it. And I just love to see, especially like the 7 and 8 year olds, swimming, 25 or 50 butterfly. I mean, there was this one kid. His last name was Wynn. The only Asian kid that I have seen at any of these swim meets, and he was awesome. Oh my gosh, was he 7? Or was he 8? Anyway, 7 or 8 years old, and he was doing the 50 fly, and he made it look so easy. I mean, it was really, really cool to watch. And so, but there were so many funny things today. There was, in fact, I got to put this down and show you. I think I'll put it down over here. It's the light shining on me. So, on the starting blocks, there was a kid who, so they blow the whistle and you step on the blocks, right? And they say, no, swimmer, take your marks. And you get down and you're holding on. You're holding on to the front of the block, right? And then when the starting gun went off, instead of diving in, he literally stood up and ran off and was running like this, and he just literally sank straight into the pool. And then off he went swimming. And then you've got other kids who, they will literally, instead of diving, they will literally jump like this, and they will land like this in the water, like a giant belly flop. And it's the funniest thing. Especially when it's like big kids who are 12 or 13, because they make really big splashes. And so let's see, what else? What else happened today? And no, I'm not rambling, in case you're curious. I'm telling a story, so shut your pie holes. Oh, one thing I like is the fact that really up until the age of 16 or so, the girls are fast as, if not faster than the boys. And so because of the way the meets are put together, if they don't have enough people for a given race, then they'll combine two different events. So they'll combine the girls 200 free with the boys 200 free, 15 and under. So you often have boys and girls racing against each other, even though the standings are kept separate. It's cool to see them race against each other because they're thinking about it. And there was this one race. It was a 400. It was a 400 IM and medley relay. So 4 different people, and each one did fly, back, breast, and free. And it was literally only until the last 25 on the free that this 17-year-old, it was like 15 and older is the category. Everything else is 13 and under, 14 and under, 12 and under. But then once you get to 15, it's just 15 and over. And the 17-year-old kid caught the girls who were swimming in the next lane. And the great thing is there's a 13-year-old girl swimming named Hannah O'Neill, and she's got a couple of sisters who are also swimmers, but Hannah has state champion butterflyer, and she's really a great butterflyer. I mean, it's great. It's fun to watch her. I mean, I love watching people swim butterfly. So when she was swimming fly, I mean, she created a huge amount of distance between her and the boy in the next lane. So, but anyway, I just like that. I like that the boys and the girls are competing. And everybody's, you're competing as a team, you're competing individually, you compete with relays. I mean, it's really fun. There was one particular, because I'm down on the pool deck, all the kids are kind of flowing past me, mingling around waiting for their events to start. And inevitably, it's always the 7 and 8-year-olds that always want to talk to the official because they want to tell you how the race is going, and I don't think they really know that the difference between me as an official and their coaches or something. So they just love to talk. So these 2 little girls who were really rather persistent wanted to talk to me, and they had a little stamp, and they wanted to stamp my hand, and I said, sure, you can stamp my hand. But then the swimmers were coming, and it was in the middle of a bunch of 100 frees, and so the only thing I have to watch for on the 100 free is did you touch the wall? Because there's no stroke requirements for the free. If you're doing a medley, that's different. But if you're just doing straight free, then there's no stroke requirements for it. And so and so I was sitting there near the end of the pool, watching kind of down the wall for everybody to come in and touch, make sure they touch. And I said, well, you know what you guys can do? You can help me watch. I said, our job is to make sure everybody touches the end of the pool when they flip turn or when they turn. They have to touch the wall. No sooner did I say that than this girl comes in and she flip turns a good 8 feet from the wall, and I thought she is never going to touch that wall. And sure enough, she flip turns, she stretches out, and she's trying. You can tell she's trying to touch and stretch with her toe, and then she gives up and just starts kicking. And the little girl said, oh, she didn't touch. I said, yeah, I know she didn't. So I quickly got my DQ form, my disqualification form, and I filled it out and went and turned it into the officiating table. And then when I came back, the little girl said to me, oh, well, what does she get? And I said, well, she doesn't get anything. She has to pay $50 and pick up the garbage. But then I realized I was in the middle of Alice's restaurant, so I reversed that and I said, no, actually, she doesn't get anything. She's disqualified. And the little girl looked at me. She said, well, doesn't she get a disqualification ribbon? And I said, I don't think she gets a ribbon. She says, well, and the little girl says, well, I'm pretty sure she does get one. And I was like, well, okay. So I sincerely hope that this little girl's parents have not given her disqualification ribbons in the past for when she got disqualified, but who knows. But anyway, it was really funny. It made me laugh. And actually, the coolest thing was at the end of the meet. Once the meet was over, the team that was hosting it, Mankato's Y team, had a family relay. And so what happened is all the moms and dads that wanted to came down and they put suits on and they joined their kids on relay teams to race against other families and the coaches. And it was just really, really a cool thing to see the parents in there. Of course, I wanted to get in and swim, but I wasn't a Mankato parent, so I wasn't invited. But I did go and tell the Winona parents that the Winona coaches that I wanted this in Winona. So Marshall did pretty well. He dropped 2 seconds off his 200. He dropped 8 seconds off his 500. But I think this year he will not be going to state because the times, now that he's in the next age bracket up, have significantly dropped. And he's a pretty good distance away from qualifying on those. But he did do the 200 IM today. That was his first time, which is 50 yards of each stroke, which was, it's a hard race. It's really cool. The next step up from that is the 400 IM, which is really more of a grueling endurance race. So, anyway, it was a good time. I didn't tell you Beth about this either. There was this one girl, her name was Riza, and she had a swim cap on, and the design on the top of it was of a yarmulke, and I thought that was really kind of funny and cool and interesting. So I'm not sure what that means, but that's all I have. Yeah, that's all I've got. Let's see, if we're doing home remodeling stuff, I'll show you. So unlike you people, I used the fake wood, the fake laminate in my house because it was cheaper. That's all the money I had. Here. Now look at the soup. Soup stir. Soup? Soup stir. Soup. Soup stir. You see those in there? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Biscuits. Yum. And okay, I have work to do apparently. So anyway, I'm gonna go set the table or get my kid to set. Who's table setter?
Marshall.
Oh, great. All right. So anyway, I think I'll sign off and I'll get this thing uploaded and published. And from Winona, I guess we being the royal we are not amused and we are still dead.